Can you imagine? MAGA is fighting. Hello, everyone. So, before we get into MAGA fighting, I actually think they have a very good reason for the fight. And I'm going to tell you this. Can you remember back when Trump started his presidency? I'm going to play you a video with what his views were, what his words were about the war in Iraq, in the Middle East, and then we will come back and we talk about this.
Our president will start a war with Iran because he has absolutely no ability to negotiate. He's weak and he's ineffective. So the only way he figures that he's going to get reelected, and as sure as you're sitting there, is to start a war with Iran. Now, I'm more militant and more militaristic than the president. I believe in strength. But to start a war in order to get elected, and I believe that's going.
Okay, as you can see, that is Trump saying that was when Obama was president, boldly saying that Obama was going to lead them to a war with Iran. Do you see how feisty he was? He was so determined. No, they don't have, like, Obama cannot negotiate, Obama cannot do this, the president's going to do that. Guess what? Well, it wasn't the Iran war that Obama led the U.S. to. He destroyed Africa, Libya. There was no Iran war. Do you know who actually is leading people to the Iran war? Him, the Trump. Can you imagine how ironic this is? For all his voters, first of all, I'm not American, so I can't be biased in this situation. So, like, for all the millions of people who voted for him, all the people who voted for him because he was kind of like leaning towards Christian conservative value, which I think personally he doesn't really have one, but you still cannot have one, but you have some moral values, right? So maybe that's why people voted for him. But just the fact of that war, stopping the war in the Middle East, that's something that I have prayed for it to stop, because that war affects Africa. When all the weapons are left in those countries, they then turn and ship down to Africa, and it causes havoc in the Sahel. So when I heard that, I was like, oh, okay, maybe one person is gonna one day, it's good. So I really understand why MAGA is pissed off right now. Like, I really feel them. I really feel their pain, especially with all the so many times that he has promised them that no war is gonna come under him, like, you remember his speech when he was saying that the Iraq war was a total failure. Bush was a failure for organizing the Iraq war, which is true. But, like, he was this anti-war person, someone that does not have, like, war, You're going to see. Let's watch the video and see, and then we come back.
In 2008, in an interview with Wolf Blitzer talking about President George W. Bush's conduct of the war, you said you were surprised that Democratic leader Nancy Pelosi didn't try to impeach him. You said, quote, which personally I think would have been a wonderful thing, close quote. When you were asked what you meant by that, you said, for the war. For the war. He lied. He got us into the war with lies. Do you still believe President Bush should have been impeached?
First of all, I have to say, as a businessman, I get along with everybody. I have business all over the world. I know so many of the people in the audience. And by the way, I'm a self-funder. I have my wife and I have my son. That's all I have. I don't have this. So let me just tell you, I get along with everybody, which is my obligation to my company, to myself, etc. Obviously, the war in Iraq was a big, fat mistake, all right? Now, you can take it any way. It was a mistake. The war in Iraq, we spent $2 trillion, thousands of lives. We don't even have it. Iran is taking over Iraq with the second largest oil reserves in the world. Obviously, it was a mistake.
So
George Bush made a mistake. We can make mistakes, but that one was a beauty. We should have never been in Iraq. We have destabilized the Middle East.
But so you still think he should be impeached?
I think it's my turn, isn't it?
You do whatever you want. You call it whatever you want. I want to tell you, they lied.
Okay.
They said there were weapons of mass destruction. There were none, and they knew there were none. There were no weapons of mass destruction.
All right. Governor Bush.
You see, America fought a war where they lose the war because nothing good came out from that war. They spent trillions upon dollars, 2 trillion in that war. And do you know what America got? Well, they got all the resources and then they got opium. I think opium came from that country. A bunch of drug addicts there use the opium, and then later on they'll come and be blaming China for their deficits and all whatnot, because they spent their time fighting wars. That was a good thing. I think that's where I feel like that is where he got some people. You know, he got a lot of people with that speech, because to be sincere, the war was not needed. The trillions upon dollars, the life lost, it wasn't needed. And then he didn't have a fan base. I don't think he had anybody back then, because he said it. Oh, I'm independent. I have just my wife and my, like that was, I think that was his authentic self. If you see the way he speaks with passion. You're going to see his latest speeches and you'll be like, I don't know, I don't know. But those speeches, I think even those out of America, we're like, okay, yeah, because we all are tired of wars. Like, we are tired. I don't know how America is not tired of wars. The rest of the planet is tired. If America wants to fight war, Israel wants to fight war. Both of them can keep on fighting wars. Those missiles can fly over. You bomb each other, please. Let the rest of the war be. Nobody wants nuclear weapon. He totally said it there. I don't know what happened. What changed? Within what time when was the change? I felt like his first term, the change was not really there. But this second term, the change, it came in a way that, oh no, even I am like, wow, that is fast. I don't think our African presidents, they change this way. They pretend, chameleon, they take their time. They pretend slowly. This one flipped. This is the second time he flipped. See, it's not funny. It's just, it's not funny because people are dying, but it's funny that whether it's Republican, whether it's Democrat, it's the same thing. War is their like, there must be war. And who brings the war? Israel brings the war. Oh, October 7. Hamas attacked people. We're going to talk about that later on. I'm just going to take one session, we talk about that, but we'll talk about it. Oh, back then it was, oh no, Israel has the right to defend itself. No, they were attacked first. No, this, that. Now it's Iran. Israel is the first person to attack. Do you see how the switch is? No. Israel still has to defend itself. Now, who is Israel defending itself from? Who attacked who here? Who are these people fooling? Why do these people like war? Who are they fooling? Who attacked who? Israel attacked Iran. And you guys are walking around, they have the right to defend themselves. Defend themselves from who place? Who attacked them this time? Because at the end of the day now, Israel can do anything they want. That's what you people are saying. They can do anything they want. They have the right to defend themselves. I'm still going to say it and I'll say it. Israel does not have the right to defend itself. Because Israel does not know how to defend itself. And if you people are looking for a regime change, start first with Israel. That's where the regime change has to be. All right, let's watch this video and then we come back and talk.
We killed hundreds of thousands of people in the Middle East. I always say it's the bloodiest sand anywhere in the world. And it didn't have to be that way. The single worst decision our country ever made was to go into the Middle East. Not only the millions of people killed, and I include people on both sides. You know, some people say, oh, you shouldn't say that. I said, I'll say it, on both sides. Such a horrible thing was done. Such a horrible mistake was made.
You see, he has always been this person of anti-war, whatever the pronunciation is. Like, he did not like war. What changed? How did it change this fast? Like, this guy was sworn in January. Is it not January? We're in June. January, February, March, April, May. It's not up to 6 months. Can you see how fast the switch flipped? At least for Nathan, that guy there in Israel, it has been his long goal. One thing also, it has been his long goal for the past, I think from all his videos, we all know that that's his long goal. Almost 40 years or more, or less, I don't know. But why did he do it now? Can you imagine the president of peace? The president who campaigned on peace, on no war. There'll be no war. We're just going to grow the economy. We're going to start the economy. We're going to do trade. Is the one person that is fulfilling the final wish of a bloodthirsty human being. That war was not fought under Bush. It wasn't fought under Obama. It wasn't fought under Biden. I'm not saying they didn't have their own wars. They did. But this particular war, this Iran is Persia. It wasn't fought under them. That has been this guy's dream. Can you imagine? He who say he doesn't like it became the master. No, they can't have any a nuclear weapon. They say they don't have. They don't have. What changed? How did it change, guys? Can you, like, when did it change? How did this flip come about? Do you know who gave the money? How did the money, that money might be so big. Like, how do you sell your, how?
I am announcing today that the United States will withdraw from the Iran nuclear deal. In a few moments, I will sign a presidential memorandum to begin reinstating U.S. nuclear sanctions on the Iranian regime. We will be instituting the highest level of economic sanction. Any nation that helps Iran in its quest for nuclear weapons could also be strongly sanctioned by the United States. America will not be held hostage to nuclear.
Do you know what? I'm just looking. You see, from the video we just watched, where he's talking about when he canceled the Iran deal, maybe that's the beginning of it. Maybe that, because at the end of the day, I can say maybe that's the only good thing Obama did, that Iran deal. Like, it was good. The Iranians were happy. Like, the whole world was happy with it. But he came, he said, no, cancel it. The Iranians were left to do whatever they wished to. If I was them, I would have prepared that nuclear weapon then. I wish they had done it. Because, it seems everybody has to have it. If you have it, they're not going to mess with you. But to show that these people actually did not want the weapon, they didn't do it for the past 4 years. They did not build a nuclear weapon. And I know that they were so excited that, yeah, he is going to come back. They're going to negotiate, because I felt like the Iranians felt like they had a better relationship with him, you know. But if they have to go and think, imagine they were supposed to go and negotiate the next day. And he was tweeting, oh no, we're going to have a good deal. We're going to have a good deal. I guess they were confident. And then, boom, you killed the person that was supposed to go and negotiate with the US. One thing I'll say, Iran has people like, oh, the Iranian. No, they haven't fought a war in over 40 years. They don't want war. They just want to enjoy themselves. They don't have tunnels and bunkers the way the Israelites have it. They don't have those tunnels because they are not people of war. I don't care how you say it. I don't care. Evidence is there. If they had a bad regime, maybe it ended. The 40 years these people haven't fought war. Do you know people that 1 month in just this year that fought 3 wars? Israel. They have all the bunkers where to go and hide. So yeah, it makes sense for a peace-loving people not to build things for war. So if you come, why would they be buying air defense? They felt like the rule, like we're all gonna follow the rule, you know. I feel, and we need to stop trusting the system, all the system. We need to stop trusting it, because I think that is why Iran was hit, because they felt like, oh, we're gonna negotiate it. Negotiation is not supposed to take 2 months. You will not sit and tell me not to enrich uranium, and then I will sit. No, you will not tell me. Africa will have it also one day. So I'm fighting this fight so that when we have our own, nobody should open their mouth. You shouldn't trust this MS system. It's the same thing. I'm just thinking, do you know when there was a ceasefire in Gaza? People came back. Later on, those people came back to be killed again. It means you manipulate these people that have run away to come back so that they get killed. I don't know why we're not talking about this, why we're not seeing it this way. Now you manipulate the people of Iran. Oh no, we're going to have a negotiation. They let their guards down. You kill their scientists. You kill their government officers. Oh, these are terrorists. Terrorists that have not fought war for 40 years. Are they terrorists? The ones that have been fighting war, you people are not seeing them. Hey, you see that thing that when they killed Jesus Christ and these people say, Pilate was say, oh, this man's blood will not be on my hands. And they say, oh, let it be on our hands, on our heads and the heads of our children. Okay. They dealt with themselves, because now, it doesn't make sense that people have thirst for blood, thirst for war this much. And the whole world is silent. After, if they take over the whole of Middle East, do you think they're gonna stop there? They will not stop there, because that thirst, that when you watch them talk, you're like, are you sure you know what human being like? You get frightened when these people talk. You're scared, because I, for one, I'm scared. Okay. All right, guys, let's watch this other video and see.
There's a chance of massive conflict. We have a lot of American people in this area, and I said, we got to tell them to get out because something could happen soon. And I don't want to be the one that didn't give any warning and missiles are flying into their buildings. It's possible. Well, I'd love to avoid the conflict. Iran's going to have to negotiate a little bit tougher, meaning they're going to have to give us some things that they're not willing to give us right now. I'm the last person. I've kept us out of wars. well, I don't want to say imminent, but it looks like it's something that could very well happen. I want to have an agreement with Iran. We're fairly close to an agreement. We are fairly close to a pretty good agreement. It's got to be better than pretty good, though, but it's got to be, I'd much prefer an agreement. As long as I think there is an agreement, I don't want them going in because I think that would blow it. Might help it, actually, but it also could blow.
Now you're seeing his tone changing. He's no more, he doesn't talk again with so much conviction. Tweeting left and right, flip-flopping. Or he knew they were going to strike, or he didn't know, oh, America is involved, oh, America is not involved. We see warship going towards Iran. Oh, no, they're not going to attack. Like the flip-flopping. At this point, who is actually running the White House? And I'll say this and say this again. In March, is it the Ministry of Defense, the minister, the lady came and said there was no weapon of mass destruction. There was no nuclear weapon in Iran. From March to date, March, April, May, June, 4 months, not even up to, okay, let's say 4 months. What has changed? Where did this, like, what changed? Like, really, what changed? Where can we pinpoint exactly how the Iranians became so close to having a nuclear weapon? If in March they were known, there was no progress, nothing made. I'm going to insert the...
The IC continues to assess that Iran is not building a nuclear weapon, and Supreme Leader Khamenei has not authorized the nuclear weapons program that he suspended in 2003. The IC continues to monitor closely if Tehran decides to reauthorize its nuclear weapons program.
Mr. President, you've always said that you don't believe Iran should be able to have a nuclear weapon, but how close do you personally think that they were to getting one? Because Tulsi Gabbard testified in March that the intelligence community said Iran wasn't building a nuclear weapon.
I don't care what she said. I think they were very close to having it.
Video for you to see. There was nothing in March. Now we are in June, and they are close to having a nuclear weapon. Oh, this will be good for the war. Good for which war? Who do you people want to frighten? This will be good for the war? No. Killing the children of Iran is not good for the war. Neither you guys. Europe, you're clapping for them. If those bombs start coming in, where do you think they'll go to? They'll come to your land. And you, every day you'll be making noise everywhere. Immigrants. Talking rubbish all the time, immigrants. When you're not forgetting that you are the cause. Americans, now you people are clapping for war. Where is the oil price? Do we not say we wanted oil at, is it 0.0001 cent? Where is it now? This is summer. Where is it? And I know most people in this America live on afterpay. They borrow money to buy baby formula, borrow money to feed themselves, mortgages. We're hearing bank mortgages, everything. So you guys want to go and fight war. Have you seen China? China is looking very fruitful. You guys are making all this. Have you seen the deals that China is moving? Very few people come and say, oh, they ship the jobs to China. No, they ship the jobs to China, but they give you guys war because you guys love to fight. Because your master, loves war. And since you guys are servants, oh yes, we go, we marching. Your children are dying. I don't think that the Iranians, were they in the war? No, I don't think many of them were even part of it. Why would they go when they have you guys to do it for them? So yes, MAGA has a reason to be fighting. Now Trump is throwing all information about Takaka. I do watch that guy. I don't know how to pronounce his name well, please. I have an accent. I'm African, so I don't know how to. But I watch him. There are some things that he's so factual about some things. I watch them. I watch everybody. As I tell you guys, I'm not American, no. I don't. I don't know your right and your left, because at the end of the day, to me, all of you guys are the same. You guys are so extreme in all your things. So I just watch just to, like, they say it's just always good to be informed. So I watched it. But you see, MAGA has a right to be angry. They like it's if not for something, what those people wanted was no war. You can say whatever ideology or whatever nonsense they like, whatever, but the part for no war was something important to these people. Why are you looking for regime changes in people's countries? Change you. At this point, I think Israel and the US need a regime change. For the USA, you people don't only need a regime change. You people need to take the government, throw it out. Some things in your constitution, take them, throw them out, and rewrite things. Because it's it's not working. You hear complain about China, the Communist Party of China, blah, blah, blah. At least they have one party, but they know how to change. If a policy is not working, they change it. What is going to benefit the people? Every day you people stay on one thing. For hundreds of years ago, one thing that you people stay on. Twist it. And butcher it the way you want. You better go and change that thing. Change it and come up with something new. There's nothing wrong. Is it gonna change the fact that your founding fathers did that in their time, hundreds upon years ago? I think so. Is American or hundreds upon years ago? There were no nuclear weapons back then. Migration was not much back then. You people had not seen the war back then. So they did it for their time. You need to go back and look at it and say, no, A and B is not working anymore, and change it. Include everybody. Because with that, like, your whole entire system needs to be taken out, thrown out, rewritten. It doesn't matter. We have to learn how to separate religion and politics. I'm a Catholic Christian. There's no way I can, as a Catholic, make up a law in any country, knowing that there are Muslims in those countries, knowing that maybe there are Jews in those countries. So I shouldn't be making laws that will benefit just me. Okay, guys, whether you like MAGA, whether you don't like MAGA, I don't know, whatever it is, but at this point in time, I'm just praying for peace. I just want to have peace. Peace is so much needed in this war. So let's see what it says.